Victoria here, welcome back to my channel. It is the 5th of September, summer is almost over and I am coming to you with my monthly check-in, my monthly reset video. We are going to go through my monthly and annual goals, my budget and the in and out balance in this video. So I guess we should just jump right in because these videos can get quite long. The first thing that I always discuss with you guys is how I'm doing with my 2023 goals. Last month I have reviewed my annual goals and also the breakdown to each month. I have made some adjustments based on the changes in the last 6 months in my life and what makes sense to keep as a goal, what makes sense to be changed and what new goals I have. So if you haven't seen that video, then I suggest you check it out. I'm going to link it up here and in the description down below. So first things first, let's go through the goals and the monthly breakdown. I have 3 main categories: health and wellness goals, personal goals, and business and YouTube related goals. So let's quickly go through them and see how we are doing with those. Health and wellness goals. One of my goals was to go swimming once every month. Between April and July I didn't go, but in August I went even twice. So I can check this box. In August I went swimming at least once. Get a My Club subscription. Since March every month I do get a My Club subscription, so I can also check this box. My Clubs is an application with which I can book trainings around the city of Vienna, all Austria. In whole Austria it works most likely. I use it obviously in Vienna, and there are a lot of gyms, a lot of yoga studios and dance studios and fitness places are part of it, as well as even swimming pools, and in the summer they also have like stand-up paddling option or kayaking. So all of these providers are part of or members of this application, through which, depending on your subscription, you can book classes at all kinds of different gyms and studios and enjoy the benefits. So I tend to use it for reggaeton dance classes and also for yoga classes. Then the next one is to read before sleeping at least 25 days in a month. This month I only read on 21 days out of the 31, so unfortunately I cannot check this box. This month of August I actually went out a lot and I spent a lot of evenings outside of my apartment, which meant that I did not really get the chance to read before sleeping, because if I got home late or when I get home late, I go to bed right away rather than still trying to read half an hour. Tracking my habits is another goal for me for this year and this month. Again, as usual, I was tracking my habits. This is my habit tracker. I do it manually. I like to do this coloring thing. It works for me. Of course, everyone can decide for themselves what they like to do and how they like to do it. But for me, this is how I do it. I track my reading, alcohol consumption, exercise, headaches, and social media free days. As I mentioned, the 21 days out of 31 when I read before going to sleep at least half an hour. I consumed on 7 days out of 31 alcohol this month. I exercised on 25 days out of 31. That could be running, swimming, yoga, reggaeton or salsa dancing. I had headache on 2 days out of 31 this month, which is pretty good. It's one of the lowest throughout the year so far. And I had 4 social media free days. I tend to pick every Friday as my social media free day. So I definitely have been able to check this box for August. The next one is to not drink alcohol on more than 3 days in 1 month. Obviously I cannot check this box, as I just mentioned to you, I drank on 7 days out of 31 in the month of August. Move 5 days a week is another goal of mine. This means that I need to do some kind of an exercise, let it be yoga, salsa, or any kind of dancing, running, anything, at least 5 days each week, and I definitely did that this month. In fact, there were only 6 days this month when I did not do any kind of exercise, so that is a very good, strong month for me when it comes to working out. The next goal is 1 day a week without social media, which I can also check because I managed to do that on Fridays. And then a therapy session at least once a month. This is another goal that I had from the beginning of the year onwards, but I stopped doing it in April. I was also doing some coaching, so I guess between April and June I was doing that. And then in August I restarted my therapy sessions, so I can check this box as well. So I have 8 monthly goals in the health and wellness category, and this month I did quite well because I could check 6 out of the 8 boxes, so very happy about that. Let's move on to the personal goals, and let me try to find my book tracker. Yes, found it. So in the month of August I finished 2 books, 1 physical book and 1 audiobook. I finished the 8 Rules of Love from Jay Shetty. This is a very interesting, very well written book. I do recommend it for everyone to read it. If you're in a relationship, if you're not in a relationship, if you struggle with either family or in your personal life with your partner, this book can help a lot to change your mindset or to be more open and accepting, and also to learn about how to deal with certain difficult situations or issues, and how to be a better partner or a better son, daughter, or a better parent, or a better friend. So for all kinds of relationships, this book gives you some insight. So it's a very nice book. I really enjoyed reading it. And the other book that I read was Beneath a Scarlet Sky by Mark Sullivan, which is a very long audiobook. I think it was around 17 hours long, and I really, really liked it. It is historical fiction. It is based on real life elements, or, well, it is based on a story of an Italian man. He was quite young. He was in his late teenage years, early adult years during the Second World War, and it is about his story, told very, very well. I think also the reading was very well done, and the story is just incredible. I am very, very interested and enchanted by these personal stories from the wars, especially the Second World War. Very tragic, very, very sad, but at the same time very heroic and super interesting. And it just reminds you that you really don't want to live in war, and you really hope that war will never happen in the world. But of course it happens currently also in multiple places, but that we are very lucky who don't have war in their countries. We are very lucky because it's devastating. And I really liked this book, so I finished 2 books in the month of August, which brings my count for the year to 23, I think. Yes, so I finished 23 books so far this year, and my goal was originally 20. But since I already finished 20 in July, I even finished 21, I raised the stakes to 40. Well, that might be a bit challenging and might be a bit ambitious, because the way or the reason why I could finish 20 plus books, 20 books in the first half a year, was because in March I read 7 books. But at the moment I don't have that much time to read or even to listen to audiobooks, so I'm not sure I will manage, but let's see. I still have 5 months. 5? No, 4. Then the next personal goal, well, that's an annual goal, to develop a relationship. Working on it. So let's see where that goes. And then the home renovation project is still pending, but I'm hoping in the next few months there will be some time to do it and resources. So crossing my fingers. And then we can directly move on to the business and YouTube goals. So I changed my YouTube goal to upload not 2 but at least 1 video a week. So now I kind of changed my schedule to upload 1 video a week and not pressure myself to come up with ideas and make 2 and edit and next to that do all these other things that I'm doing. So I managed to upload 5 videos in August, which is at least 1 video a week. So I did that. Be more strategic with my YouTube channel. That is, I'm working on it. It is more of an annual goal rather than something that I can monthly evaluate. Reach 1000 subscribers. I'm currently at 249. It is very slow in the past 3 months, the growth. And I'm really hoping that it will pick up at some point soon. Start an Instagram account. Haven't started yet. I want to figure out the YouTube part of it and start to grow the channel in a more steady space than right now before I go to Instagram. And then my last goal is to figure out where my career is going. I mean, I have some ideas. I kind of know more or less what I want. So now it's just a matter of time and a matter of finding the right position for me. I am starting to work on my CV and make some changes and then look for available positions. But yeah, this is something that I have not yet figured out. So this was the overview of my goals. I hope it went well. I think it went quite quickly in comparison to previous videos. So now it is time to move on and go directly to the budget review of the expenses of August 2023. Here I usually go through separately the fixed costs, the variable costs, and then at the end also the sinking funds. So let's go through the fixed costs first. In August, my rent was a bit lower than usual because I had some overpayment in the Betriebskosten, which I don't know how to translate, but basically it includes the maintenance of the maintenance and the cleaning of the building in which my apartment is, all the costs, like common costs, like taking out the trash and amenities. I'm not sure exactly. Cold water is included in that and so on, and I pay that annually, but I don't pay it, I pay it to my landlord every month. It is included in my rent, and apparently they had the annual bill coming out and I had some overpayment, so I got back 80 euros, which meant that I could pay 80 euros less in August, but this was a one-time thing. House insurance is coming up in September, the payment of that, so this month I haven't paid yet, but I already have 166.96 euros available in this budget category or in this virtual envelope, so that I'm ready to pay the insurance as soon as the policy comes out for the new year. Heating, I had to pay my bi-monthly bill, which is 96 euros every second month. So now I'm on 0. Next month I keep putting in every month 48 euros into the budget category, into the virtual envelope. Electricity. So this was something that I was not sure about in July, how it is going to be. And in my previous video I mentioned that I had some overpayment of 55 euros. Which they never sent this money back to me, and I was supposed to pay 80 euros in August, and they actually deducted only 25 euros and 15 cents from my account. So they deducted that overpayment from the bill which was due, which leaves me with 83 euros and 65 cents for this year in this budget category, and this year I will have to pay only one more time the electricity bill in 3 months, because I pay it every 3 months. And I'm actually currently putting in 20 euros in this budget category and not 14.4, I believe. I'm pretty sure. but maybe that's a bit too much now, since I already have the 80 euros for the next payment. So I might be able to lower this. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Even if I have some more accumulated at the end of the year, I can roll it over to the next year, so that's no problem, and I can review my budget again at the end of December or beginning of January. Next budget category in the fixed costs is internet and mobile. I paid this month 69.93 euros in total. I have a minus of 33.91 euros because I always forget about this one time annually when I have to pay 50 euros more. Plus I also had some other extra expenses in this category this year, which were unexpected. In any case, I'm working on lowering this minus, since I'm putting 78 euros in every month, but I only am taking out around maximum 70 euros. Subscriptions, and I'm back at paying for Netflix, so in total I'm calculating with the maximum 18 euros for all my subscriptions, and this month it ended up adding up to 17.57 euros. I have some extra balance in this budget category just because I did not pay for Netflix for around half a year, and that is all included in here, but it's okay to have this rollover and have discussion in this category. Charity, I put 5 euros a month and I pay it only in March, so that is something that is now being accumulated and collected. Currently there are 20 euros in this category. Retirement savings, yeah, this is just something that I'm collecting, and in December I will pay one big sum into my savings account, or into this kind of half saving, half investment account that I have for the retirement. Health insurance is something that I also pay every 3 months, and it's 436 euros and 8 cents. This is because I'm self-employed. This in August I had to pay it. Now next time I will have to pay it in November, so I'm going to start to collect some money for that every month again, 146 euros each month. Bank costs, I will have to pay bank costs at the end of September, every 3 months as well, and I put 7 euros every month, and currently I have 20 euros available, over 20 euros available in this budget category. So August overall was a pretty high spending month when it comes to the fixed costs. It was actually my second highest spending month. It usually is February and August which are the highest spending months in the year, because all these bills which are bi-monthly or even every 3 months, they kind of accumulate and all end up having to be paid in February and August. So this is why, so for example, my health insurance I have to pay in both months. As you can see, my heating and electricity I have to pay, and those are payments that I only have to do every second or every third month. So that is a bit unfortunate that it adds up to specific months. But yeah, but then in other months I have basically almost just half of the expenses. Let's move on to the variable costs. In the variable costs category, this is something that, as you can see, they fluctuate way more than my fixed costs. The dining out takeout budget, luckily this month it was a low spending month for me. I only spent 98 euros. Ideally it should have been even less than that, but yeah, basically considering that in the last few months I quite overspent in this category, the 98 is a very good one. I still have a minus 114 euros and 71 cents in this category, but I'm hoping if I keep putting 170 euros in this budget category every month for the next 4 months, then it will equal out overall throughout the year, and I won't be in a minus at the end of December. Hopefully that's the goal. Groceries, 190 euros and 81 cents was my spending. I can now really see how my grocery spending actually went up, especially compared to last year, because I feel like I'm buying less groceries, but I'm buying better quality. I'm buying bio-organic products, really paying attention to the quality of the items. I'm trying to eat quite healthy and clean. So really the quality and the cleanliness of the products is very important to me in the last few months, whereas last year I feel like I spent more on more processed food and alcohol. Definitely my alcohol spending compared to last year went drastically down. I practically don't buy alcohol, very little in supermarkets, and this is included in my grocery budget and was included last year when my monthly budget was exactly the same as this year, and I spent around the same amount of money last year as this year, but my consumption habits have changed a lot. So the 200 euros is still absolutely fine when it comes to the amount of like the budget for per month. 200 euros per month for me works out very well, and I'm hoping that I will not have to raise this for a while. So inflation, you can stop now. It was enough. It has been enough. I think we are all fed up with it by now, so just stop, okay? Thank you. Gift category. This month I've spent 40 euros in this category, and I am in a minus of 6.95 euros. I am only allocating 20 euros in this budget every month, which I think is a bit low. I started to do it because I had a rollover from last year, a substantial amount, so it made sense to lower it. I will see how it goes until December. I'm not going to change the 20 per month, but maybe for next year I will have to adjust it and raise it. From the car budget, which is like parking, highway toll, stuff like that. To be fair, my father pays for maintenance or oil change or like anything major when it comes to my car. I'm only just using it, so for me it's more like when I have to fuel it or something like that, but I don't have my car here in Austria with me, so I don't use it very often. So that's why my budget for the car is very, very low. And this month I didn't spend anything. I have a rollover of 81.50 euros, which is great because in December or January I will have to pay for the highway toll, which is almost 100 euros. So I will need that money at that time. The bus/taxi fare, in all honesty, this is mostly just using public transport in Vienna. This is what this budget is for, unless for any reason I would need to use an Uber or taxi, which really has not happened since 2020. That was the last time I took a taxi or /Uber. But anyway, this budget is for that, and this month I used public transport on 2 days, which cost me 9.60 euros total. And I have accumulated a little bit of an overflow of 38.90 euros, which is great to have going into the colder months, because I will use my bike less and I will use public transport more. The clothing budget is 50 euros per month. This month I spent 42 euros. I bought a pair of sandals, and I have 23 euros rollover. Which is quite low, unfortunately, and I will need to buy a few more things, so let's see how will that go. But I also have over 200 euros, which is not included in this whole budget at all, which is from all the items and clothes and shoes that I sold in the last two years. I have been putting that money together so I can use that to buy new clothes as well. Self-care, oh no, I missed, sorry. So my medical spending went up drastically compared to the last few months. The last few months I think it was zero or like close to zero, and I had a pretty big rollover of over 350 euros, or maybe, yeah, over 300 euros for sure. This month I spent 93 euros in this budget category because I started to do therapy, and now I'm doing it weekly. And every week I pay around 30, a little bit over 30 euros, depending on the exchange rate. I do it in Hungarian, so I pay it in Hungarian forints, and then I have to exchange, or based on the exchange rate, I put it in my expense tracker. But yeah, so my medical in that sense now went up, and it will continue to be higher for the next, let's see how long, few weeks, months, let's see. Self-care, well, this is the makeup, hygiene, skincare category, in which compared to last year I already raised this category from 30 to 35 euros per month, and even that seems to be not enough. This month again I overspent. I spent 46 euros and 79 cents, and I'm in minus 56 euros and 28 cents. And unfortunately I'm noticing that I am running out of quite a few things that I will need to replace. For example, sunscreen for my face, and some of my makeup as well, which are a bit more expensive things, the makeup items. So let's see. I will probably not be able to stay within budget this year. Well, we will evaluate and re-evaluate this budget category in December, end of December, or when I'm preparing my 2024 budget. Furniture, I spent 29 euros and 29 cents. Not really on furniture. This I should rename to furniture and decor, actually. I bought 2 new posters for my frames on the wall. I have 2 big frames on the wall with some posters in them right now, and I wanted to replace them, and I got a coupon code from one of these online places where you can buy posters and pictures from, and you can upload your own photo and then they will print it for you. So that's what I did, and I got like 50% off, more or less. So yeah, the posters themselves cost me like 10-11 euros per piece plus shipping. So that was the 29.29. I haven't put them up yet, so I don't know, but I think I'm gonna like them. Anyway, I still have 770 euros and 71 cents rolled over, and I'm going to build that up for the time when I am in the future going to move to a different place and I might need new furniture. Supplies and maintenance is, this includes anything around the house, cleaning products, kitchen utensils, also my laundry is in here. In this category I spent over budget this month, 32 euros and 48 cents. I bought some new, not even new because I never had, tongs for my kitchen, for example, and some other items. But anyway, I had a big cushion of over 250 euros in this budget category, so it's totally fine that I overspent, and usually my spending is way less than this in each month. Investments, I have 100 euros per month being invested. That doesn't change since November 2021. I'm doing it, so nothing new there. Sport category, in the sport category I also overspent this month. I spent 92 euros and 50 cents instead of the monthly budget of 70, but I had some cushion there as well, so I'm still in positive balance. And yeah, basically it was my clubs, a few times went to salsa, and also 2 times I went swimming, so that is why it was quite high, but I don't mind because this is something that I'm happy to spend on. And then business expenses, again, this went up compared to previous months because I had to pay for accounting, for the quarterly things that they do. It's pretty expensive, 277 euros and 20 cents, and yeah, but after, I don't even know how long, after a few months, this is the first time that I'm actually in positive in this budget category, because I recently changed the business expense per month to 500 euros per month from 200, because the 200 seemed to be way too low. So now it is 500, and let's see how it all balances out by the end of December. There are 2 budget categories that I usually don't mention, which is the travel and security fund. Just so you know, they do exist, and I do tend to put money in them when I have extra. So primarily I put in all these other categories first. So obviously the fixed costs I definitely have to budget for it. And most of the variable costs are also kind of, for me, like quite needed. It's just a personal thing that these are the budget categories that I would like to allocate money in each month. And then the travel and the security funds are two categories where I only allocate when I have extra cash or extra funds available, but I don't include it here, so that there is some things that stay secret. I don't share completely all my expenses and all my income with you guys. And then the blow money is an amount of money that I can spend or whatever I want every month. I lowered it from 50 to 20 this year, or this in July when I did my review. I lowered it from 50 to 20 because I had so much rolled over, and of course this month I went way over, and I spent 52.08 euros. I got some new books, I went to parties, so these kind of things are included in here. Anything that is for fun or entertainment, or if I want to buy something which is not part of any of these other categories, then that will end up here. So in a total I spent 1,103.77 euros. Let's see how does it compare with previous month. I mean, it's more or less in the middle of the months that I had, and my total spending is 2,243, which is kind of on the higher side, higher end, maybe the third highest, I guess, while my previous month was the third lowest. So yeah, this was my budget, and there is just one more thing that I usually mention, which are my sinking funds. In August I put money into my Christmas and into the camera sinking funds, so for Christmas I have 407.76 euros prepared and ready, and I should soon start actually my Christmas shopping. And in the camera budget I have 1,000 euros available, so I can now start looking into buying a camera. But first I have to buy a laptop. My laptop charger died the other day and I had to order a new one. My laptop was dead for 2 days by the time the new charger came. It was a weird experience, but luckily it was a weekend, so it didn't have to work. Alright, let's move on to the in and out balance. So my in and out balance this month was, after, I don't know, a few months or maybe like in a while, for the first time my out is longer than my in. I think since March. I think March was the last time when my decluttered or finished product list was longer than the incoming new products, new items list. Yeah, it was definitely March, but in August I did it again. This is my out and this is my in. And there are multiple reasons for that actually. I went to a flea market in August, on the 12th of August, and I was trying to sell some of my clothes especially and shoes. And before that I went through my closet and I decluttered once again a few items. So I removed my Christmas sweater because I intend to buy a new one this year. I decluttered a pair of black pants which I only wore once, and it's just the style didn't work for me. I decluttered a brown cardigan, an orange top, a gray jacket which I had for a very long time and I didn't really wear it in the last few years. I decluttered some underwear as well. I decluttered 2 bras that were uncomfortable and a few panties as well, a towel, a pair of socks, a lot of panties actually. I had decluttered 5 panties. I actually need to go and buy some cotton underwear because I realized that I decluttered all my like everyday use, like not so special underwear, and I ended up with mostly just my special underwear, which is also not a bad thing, but they are not cotton, most of them, so yeah, not so healthy actually. Better to have some cotton as well. And then this is the first time this month that I actually filled up my little box with empty products that I finished this month. I finished this shampoo, which I got 2 years ago when we went to Tokyo to the Olympic Games. This was like a sponsorship from Procter & Gamble. But I want to keep actually the bottle because it's not a plastic bottle and it can be refilled. So I just don't know where I would get a refill for it. I will have to look into where can I get refill shampoo from. I finished my Vanish stain remover. I think I bought this like last October, and yeah, I will have to get a new one when there is a sale. I finished another shampoo that I got from a friend. This was like a peeling, not even a shampoo, it's like a treatment for your scalp basically. I finished an intimate cleanser, a disinfectant, hand disinfectant, my night cream, and this is the night cream that I'm trying to repurchase, and they changed the packaging, and now when I went to DM a few times I couldn't find it anymore. It's either maybe they ran out of it, or maybe, but I think it exists because I checked online and it still exists. It's just in a different packaging, but I couldn't find it. And I'm running out of my other one that I had on backstock, so I'm running out of that right now. And yeah, I really need to buy a new one. I finished this retinol serum, but I already replaced it, and that is an in for this month. I finished hyaluronic acid serum. I finished my biotin and zinc beauty vitamin, I guess, which I already replaced in July or June even. And I finished this huge 300 tablets of magnesium, which I should probably get some magnesium now. I probably could use it, make use of it. So it's a lot of products that I finished this month. This is the first month that somehow it all piled up. So that was my out. And then in the in, I have 2 books. I got a 25% off coupon from Thalia, the bookstore. Well, it's not really a bookstore because they sell all kinds of random things, but one of the things that they sell is books. And I ordered online with minus 25% of these 2 books. This is a book that we are reading right now for the book club that I am part of. I should finish it soon. I'm like over halfway through with it. And then we will have, I guess in a few weeks, we will have an online session where we will discuss the book. And I also bought this book. This is about fasting and how a woman can balance, or how we women can balance our hormones and live a healthy life. And this helps you to kind of work out the details, because we have to do it a bit differently than men, just because, and also people or women who are on their periods or who have periods and have not gone through menopause also have to do it differently than those women who have already gone through menopause. So I'm interested to learn more about that. I also bought a pair of sandals that I showed you in a previous video, and then I also had some purchases in the Drogerie Markt in DM, which the DM haul I also showed you in the previous video. I replaced the retinol serum. I got a new vitamin C serum because I'm also running out of my vitamin C serum. And I got some wild chestnut cream for my veins on my legs, and 3 new nail polishes, one of which I am already thinking of decluttering because I used it and it stained my nail yellow, and even though I removed it, now those 2 nails that I painted this like green color are now yellow. I don't know if you can see the difference, but these 2 are different. And yeah, that's just ridiculous. So I guess I might have to declutter that one. Or what I was thinking of trying is to try to use an undercoat first before I put the green, so that the green doesn't go directly on my nail, but it goes onto the under layer. I will try that, and if that doesn't work, then I will declutter that nail polish that I just got, but it was just €2, so it's okay. Anyway, that was today's video. Thank you for tagging along. I hope you found it interesting. Press the like button and subscribe if you liked this content. Every month I come with my monthly review and reset, so make sure to subscribe to my channel. And other than that, I'm making vlogs, I'm making content from Vienna, and I also have some travel content. So if that's something that you would be interested in, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified. I'm looking forward to see you at my next videos. Until then, goodbye.